Morning, welcome to Jen's Crafts and Cakes. Jen here. It's Saturday the 11th of March. We're going to make some mint chocolate chip cookies. So I'll get out what we need for ingredients. Okay, this is just for one batch, but you can always double it. We need a cup of butter. It needs to be soft, not melted, but soft. 2 tablespoons of oil. A cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3¼ cups of flour, 1 cup of mint chocolate chips. Or if you don't like the mint chocolate, you can use 1 cup of regular chocolate chips. And then you need 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. Okay? When you make this dough, and this is why I'm making it now, when you put it together, it needs to go in the refrigerator for an hour. The reason why is when it's cold, and with the cornstarch and the oil, when you put it in the oven, it takes longer for them to come down. What's the word I'm looking for? To spread. It takes longer for the cookies to spread, so you get a thicker cookie. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the dough now and let it rest in the refrigerator for an hour. And while that is happening, I'm going to go ahead and make an apple fritter cake. Okay, so for my recipe, the mint fudge flavored baking chunks, this is what I'm using, the cup of the mint chocolate chunks. And the mini semi-sweet chocolate chips will be a cup too. But again, if you don't like the mint, you can get these ones, semi-sweet chocolate chips, or they have milk chocolate chips. Okay, and if you don't want these, you just use a cup, like you'll use the cup of mint fudge. Okay, basically for me, I just add all the dry ingredients together. Usually the flour is last, but I will add all the other ones together. Like we need a cup of sugar. And again, this is just for the one batch. You can double it. If you double it, you just need 1 bag of the chocolate chips, or the 1 bag of mint flavoring, and then 1 bag of the mini semi-sweet chips. That will make your double batch, and then you double the rest of the recipe. I always use my light brown sugar. Dark brown sugar, to me, I never know when it's cooked, and then it ends up burning. So I've always used the light sugar. So we have 1 cup there. Let's crumble it up a little bit. Okay, I need a half a cup of sugar. So I hope everybody had a good week. And I hope your weekend turns out to be great. We get to turn our clocks ahead this weekend. Aren't we lucky? For me, I feel like we lose sleep, but that's me. Okay, so we need a teaspoon of salt. And here's my measuring spoons. Yay! It makes it so easy. With these colored ones, after a while, you'll know which one is what measuring spoon. Okay, 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. We need 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay. I like how the baking soda box opens, because you can use that little lip to help scrape it. Here's my 1 teaspoon. And then we will have 1.5 of baking soda. So we have 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. We need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And this is what I use because it's covered. I mean, you can get it in a box, but I like this one because it stays fresher. So we need 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. 1 and 2. Okay, so that looks about it for the dry ingredients besides the flour. So now we need a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, softened but not melted. Yeah, I didn't unwrap it. Okay, so I have my 2 sticks or my 1 cup of butter. We need 2 tablespoons of oil. This is what I use. One and 2. Okay. We need 2 eggs. One. And 2. Okay. And now we should need, let's see, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So, 1 and 2. So let's see, we got the butter, the oil, the brown sugar, white sugar, eggs, a teaspoon of salt. Nope, I already got the salt in there. Okay, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. All right, so I can mix this together. Okay, so my batter is mixed together. I'm going to add the flour. Okay, I need 3 1/4 cups of flour. If you guys would like to, you can make the dough and put it in the refrigerator and even leave it overnight. It'll still work. It is 1 cup of flour. There's 2. So I'm going to mix a little bit before I add any more in. Okay, so I'm going to add my last cup of flour. And we need 1/4 cup. Oh my God, if you could smell the mint in these. Oh my God, they smell so good. So I'm making mint chocolate chip. So I'm going to add a cup of the mint. They're actually chunks. I've never seen these before, so I bought them to try. They almost remind me of very thin Andes candies. So you're going to use 1 cup of them. And then we're going to use 1 cup of the mini chocolate chips. If you don't want mint, just go ahead and get 1 cup of milk chocolate chips or 1 cup of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. Okay, so my mini one. They're pretty tiny looking. Okay. And we are going to mix it all together. Okay, so it's all mixed together. I'm going to use plastic wrap to cover. You can use foil or whatever you'd like to wrap it with. I really don't care for this stuff, but it saves using all my foil. Oops. Just to let you know now, so while you're waiting for that hour up in the refrigerator, you want to set your oven to 350 degrees. Figured I'd let you know that now. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in the fridge where it's nice and cold. It's starting to warm up outside, so it's not going to be as cold anymore for me to put things outside. And we'll be back with this recipe and make some wonderful mint chocolate chip cookies. Hey guys, I'm back. So it's been a little longer than an hour for my mint chocolate chip cookie dough, but that's okay because we could leave it overnight. So on to making mint chocolate chip cookies. Your oven has to be at 350. You're going to want a cookie sheet that is not greased. So here we go. So here is our mint chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm excited to try. Okay, so I have my cookie scooper. These, depending on the size of the cookies you actually make, you want them piled. Depends on how big you make them. It'll take longer. But you're going to start out at 8 to 10 minutes. If they look kind of brown, you want to take them out at 8 so they can finish cooking. I would leave them on the pan for like a minute or two, because when you take them out of the oven, the pan is still hot if you're using a metal one. And it'll help finish cooking. So, okay. Yep, the dough will be a little harder, but it's been in the refrigerator for a couple hours. So, and if it's too hard, you can actually let it wait a couple minutes. They won't spread as much because they're cold, plus because of the cornstarch and the oil. That helps make it soft, but the coldness helps it from spreading too fast. And if you also want to, you can put your pan in the freezer. That'll help too. They're pretty thick looking. I'm going to start at 8 minutes. Okay, my alarm's going off. It's been 8 minutes. The mint chocolate chip cookies are turning brown. Not too heavy, so I took them out. It's been 8 minutes. We're going to let them cool. We're going to leave them on a pan for another 2 minutes so it finishes getting that heat. So I realized my first batch was too big. So my next batch I put them in for 12 minutes and let them set on a pan for another 2 minutes. And here's your mint chocolate chip cookies. Nice and soft with a little crunch. So if you guys enjoyed this recipe, can you share? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you can see more recipes. I do a little bit of everything. I even help work on classic cars. And I like doing crafts too. So enjoy your Saturday. And I'll see you real soon. Like Sunday, March 12th, for our mini little drawing. So subscribe, leave your name so you can get in tomorrow.